1, we're going to be comparing whole numbers, and we're going to set it up in a way that we can use every single time to make sure that we know exactly which number is bigger. So when we use greater than and less than symbols, there's always this little hint that you can use that the little greater than and less than symbols look like a little alligator, and the alligator always eats the bigger number. It's a really good way to keep that in mind as we go forward. So when we look at these, we're going to put our numbers into our grid to keep ourselves organized. And we're going to take this little red line here and put this point here. This is where our whole numbers are going to stop. We'll eventually use this for decimals as we get a little bit older, but for right now, we're just going to use it to get organized. And another thing, that's the end of our whole numbers. And then we also see a blue line in there, and we're going to put the blue line in there to represent where our hundreds end and our thousands begin. So that when we look at this and put our numbers in here, it's going to be really easy to see. So let's pull up our answer choices. And let's just start with A and put those numbers into the chart. So our first one is 68 is greater than 649. So let's go ahead and put our first number 68 into our chart, and we have 68. You can see it's right next to the red line. It's not up to 1,000, so that it won't go past the blue line. So we'll put the 68 in there, and then let's put the other number below it, 649. This one, when we go to look at it, this one's really easy to see because 649, it has a number in the hundreds place. 68 doesn't. It's obviously bigger. So when we look at this, the gator always eats the bigger number. So 68, in this equation, 68 is getting eaten by the gator, and 68 is a smaller number, so that is not true. Let's move to our second choice. 571 is getting eaten, and we're looking at it, is 571 bigger than 582? So let's put these into our charts. We'll put the first one in there. 571 fits right in there. It's not 1,000, so it fits right through the hundreds place. We'll put 582 in there. So let's just compare by the largest value first. They both have 5 in the hundreds place, so that doesn't help us categorize the number, but we can see that it changes when it gets to the tens and the ones place. And now we can see by highlighting it that 82 is bigger than 71. So 582 is bigger than 571. But when we look at our answer choice, it says that 571 is getting eaten, which means it's saying 571 is bigger. It's not, so that's not true either. Let's go to our third example. 730 is less than 806. You see the sign has changed here, and that the alligator's mouth is eating 806. So we're saying we're trying to prove is 806 bigger than 730. Let's place our numbers in there once again, 730, and let's place 806 in there. Let's go to our largest value, which would be our hundreds place, and see if we can work there. Now you can see that 800 is larger than 700, so we already know that our 806 is larger than 730. And when we look at our choices on there, that actually works because in our answer choice, the gator's eating the larger number. Let's just go ahead and look at the last one just for some extra practice. We have 709 is less than 692 because the gator is pointing toward 692, so it'd be eating 692. Let's go ahead and place these into our chart. So we have 709 and 692. Let's go to our greatest value to compare first, 7 and 6. We can see which one is larger already because they're not the same. 709 is larger, and that won't work because according to our answer choice, the gator is eating 692, and that is not false. So we can really use this format for all our numbers. If we just keep ourselves organized, it's very, very easy to see. So which comparison is true? C. 730 is less than 806.